So guys, welcome back to the channel. I know this is probably a little bit different to what we've been doing in the gaming section of this channel, but I thought this might be of some use. Probably going to do some more videos on how to repair things in your console. I specifically deal with PlayStation 4s at the moment because they're easy to fix. So in today's video I'm going to show you how to change out the charging port in a controller. If your controller's not charging or there's an issue with the connection when you're connecting it to your console, and this may be the reason why it's doing that. The charge ports are relatively inexpensive and easy to change, so we're going to do that today. We're going to be using this tool set here, which is a Silverline precision screwdriver bit set. There's 37 pieces in there. There's various different bits as you can see in the package, and there'll be a link below in the description where you can purchase one of these if you wish to do so. Relatively inexpensive, but they're well worth having for repairing such things like these consoles and other bits and pieces you might have lying around the house. So let's get started. So here we have two PS4 controllers, and I'm going to show you some differences in them. So we're going to be changing the port in this one, the camo green one, as you can see there. So what I'm going to do is show you the differences before you open them up. If you look at the black one here, you see the strip that goes in between the buttons there, and there's also a strip between the buttons on this one. Now on the camo green one, this strip here is not attached to the back of the controller, whereas on the black one it is. So you have to be a lot more careful if you're doing this type of controller about removing the back. So it's because it's attached, you need to push it more that way and push the fire buttons in to remove the cover. So we won't be doing that one today, we'll be doing this one. The first thing you need to do is open a set of screwdrivers, and you take out the bit holder. We're using a posi screwdriver. Now it's probably best to use that one or that one, which is slightly smaller depending on how badly worn the screws are, and there are only 4 screws that hold the controller in. So all we're doing is removing the screws now, like so. I can use the case to hold the screws to keep them safe. Has to be said, these controllers are probably one of the easiest ones to do. I have done Xbox controllers before and they are a lot more complex inside, and also they require you to remove the sticker there to get to one of the screws, whereas on the PlayStation you don't have to remove the sticker. It is simply these 4 screws that hold the casing together. So once you've done that, you need to turn it back over, and with your thumbs you place them there, you push down and you'll see that it starts coming apart. Now you may need to use a pry tool down the edges here. As you can see, this one's already come apart down there, so that one's come apart quite easily, and there you have it. Now we are inside the controller. So this is the specific part we're going to be replacing. It is joined up here with a ribbon, so you just simply need to pull this out using your 2 fingers. You can also use a pair of tweezers and just gently give it a wiggle if it's stiff, and then just pull it out. You can also just remove the battery if you need to, and it just unclips there, and you just pull it out there and that will come out. So just to give you a quick rundown of what's going on here, this is what's called the main chassis. This here is the motherboard that we've just detached the charging port from, and this is the battery cradle. And there you can see how the buttons in the centerpiece there in between the buttons is not joined to the back plate as it is on the black controller. This piece here is actually joined to the back plate, so that makes it more difficult. You literally push the cover that way to get them off and it will eventually remove. Sometimes the buttons do detach, but these type of buttons only need to be removed if you are removing them, so you just unclip that there and pull back and it will remove itself, and then you just clip it back in. If you want to remove that one, you just simply pull it out that way, give it a good tug and it will come out. So we'll put this to one side now and start removing charging ports here, as I mentioned before. So this plastic piece will just unclip and that will just unclip, place them to one side, and then you're left with a screw. So again, using your precision screwdriver, just remove it and put the screw somewhere safe. And there you go, there's your charging port. Now it's important that you look at the other side of it, because it will tell you what the code is or the reference number for the type of charging port you will need, because there are about 4 or 5 different types, and it just mentions there JDS 055. That is also the code that you need for your motherboard, which will pair up with the motherboard. Again, there are 4 or 5 different types. Take this one for instance, you have a similar sort of design, but this one is a JDS 030, which on the surface it looks very similar, but it is completely different. Some of them have different widths of ribbons there. Again, these are different again, so you do need to check the reference number if you are taking one apart. Again, another variation of the charging port. This one is a JDS 011, and that one will not work with this one, so we won't be using that one. So we have a replacement. This is actually the same one I've just taken out, but there's nothing wrong with it, so we're going to reuse it. So you need to find out if it is actually the charge port, so you need to use one that is working if you have a spare. And of course all you're doing is replacing it back into the slot there, and you pick the silver screw back up and you just reattach the screw. Then you just replace the plastic bits. Now this clip just goes in there, clips down and holds all the plastic in. Some do have a screw here and here which needs to be removed, and all these bits will remove. Once you've done that, is all you need to do is reattach it, and you need to make sure that the contacts are facing that way, so they will go towards the outside. Common mistake is the ribbons generally end up in the wrong way around, and that's why they won't charge. There's people have attempted repairs themselves. Once you've done that, you just need to reattach the battery like that, tuck in the wires underneath there, and that should do. And again, it's just a reversal of how you took it apart, starting from the front, just bringing it back till it's in position, and gently press down to hear the clips, and then you start redoing the screws. Once you have done all that, you can of course check this before you put it back together, but I know this one works. Is you just reinsert the charging port, press the button, you can see it started glowing, which will indicate it is now charging. That can be connected to a PS4. I've just plugged it into my testing thing here, so I could probably test the buttons and everything on my gaming controller pad test station on the computer. So there you go, that is how you change a controller charge port. Like similar to this. Simple job to do, and they really are inexpensive to buy and replace these. You can just buy the ribbons of course, but you generally get the whole setup to go in the controller. Very easy to fix. And once again, if you wish to purchase a screwdriver set, I will leave a link in the description. We also have a link to people to make donations to this channel to help us grow the channel, so we'll leave a link down there as well. And once again, don't forget to subscribe and like the video if it's been of any benefit to you. So thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and again, if you wish to make a donation, there is a link in the description at the bottom, and there's a link to purchase one of these screwdriver bits as well. So thanks for watching, we'll catch you in another video soon.